Good morning. This is day 4 of my Gasconade River trip. It's possible that today I might get back on schedule. We'll have to see how the day goes. With the river, I mean, when you're on a river traveling, you just never know what the river's gonna give you. So anyway, we're gonna try to get back on schedule today. Nice view upriver. Had my morning coffee. Got the sun coming up over here. Didn't have a campfire. No firewood. Well, that's okay. I don't believe I got visited by any critters last night. I don't see any signs of critters or anything. The highway was a little bit louder than I had anticipated, but yesterday pushing so hard I just couldn't go anymore. Plus it was time to find a campsite anyway and get off the river for the day. I pushed way too hard yesterday. I'm not going to push as hard today. And anyway, this gravel bar was put at the right place, right time, just when I needed it. I'd rather have been a little further away from the highway, but this was it. Anyway, I'm gonna get packed up and get going, get the day started, and see what the river gives me today. Now we're on the river. Headed out for our day. We started out with a really nice river. Got good current. Hope it stay this way. Hoping not to run into any obstacles in the river. So it's beautiful. Hey, coming down the river, I seen this up ahead, and it didn't look very good from the kayak. So I'm getting out on this little nice gravel bar. I'm gonna walk over here and we're gonna check out the river. But looking at it from the kayak, on the river right up there, it looked like this channel was totally blocked. I turned the camera around, but you'd be looking in the sun. I don't want to do that to you. So, alright, there's no issues right here. But it sure looked like the whole channel was blocked by that tree from the angle I was looking at it on the river. very important when you're on the river and you see things that just don't look right. You might want to get out. Hopefully you can. Take a little walk. Check it out. Make sure you can get through there. So in this case, I don't see any issues there. I think I'm fine. I mean, if you can't get through that, I don't know. So we're gonna get through that and get on our way. Alright, so coming up here, I couldn't see around the bend, so I got out and scouted. A little tricky area right here, but it's passable. Just gonna go nice and slow. There are some obstacles to deal with. It's not a straight run. I'm going to stay right here on this V. I'm going to hang to the right of the V without getting sideways or nothing. Thought it was deeper than this area. Look deeper. I'm going to miss this big stump, rock, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't want to find out. Stump, I guess. Okay, we gotta miss this brush pile right here. Power through it. And then we're gonna go over this stump right there. All right. That wasn't bad. This looks interesting. I have to stay far left as I can. So I stay away from that root ball. If I can hold this course, it'll be good. These other trees down. I can deal with things like that. And I got more fast water down here. I like the fast water as long as there's no obstacles in the middle of it, or at least enough room to maneuver around the obstacles. You can't tell what I'm looking at here, it's too far away. But it doesn't look too bad. Hope it looks, or don't look any worse when I get up close. I'm gonna stay over here on this side. Those trees up there on the left. Got a couple stumps in the river I see. Well, one of them stumps is moving. So I gotta stay deep enough water where I can move. I gotta punch through that eddy line. So I'm gonna power through it a little bit. That's not something you want to get tangled up in. Come on, baby, let's go. Plenty of room to get through. You heard all the water. That was me paddling very, very aggressively. So I'd stay where I needed to be. Because if I'd have got hung up in all that stuff, this is pure wilderness out here, where this spot of the river. I'd be stuck for days. Well, I do hear traffic downriver. I don't really know where I'm at. Well, not very far from the place I call Liberty Island. Which is where I was supposed to camp last night. I've been going today almost 3 hours, something like that. And I put on 10 miles. Well, almost 10 miles. So I'm going to change what I had said earlier, and I'm not that far behind schedule. I'm looking at like probably a day behind schedule now. So I got 4 days. This is day 4, so I got 4 days to make up a day. So if I can make up couple hours each day, maybe I'll make it. But now mind you, I'm not giving up and I'm not quitting. My goal is still to make it to Herman. But if I make it to Boiling Springs, I have paddled the entire river, because I did Boiling Springs to the Missouri 3 years ago. So I can still say I paddled the entire river in 2 trips, but that's not my goal. If it works out that way, then I'll have to settle for that. But my goal is to make it all the way to Herman in 1 trip. So, but I'll tell you, the flood damage with the trees, especially the second day, that just, yeah, because I camped night 1 where I was supposed to. Day 2 is what threw me off. So nothing I can do about it now. I just have to keep going, give it my best. The river is just terrible with trees from the flood a couple weeks ago. So that was a killer right there. I had some very time-consuming portages on day 2. Day 1 I had portages, but they were not time-consuming. Day 3, there was a couple of portages, kind of time-consuming, but not really. Yesterday. So I'm just out here relaxing. I pushed way too hard yesterday. I'm not doing that today. I'm pushing, but I'm not pushing as hard as I was yesterday. I enjoyed yesterday, but well, I'll tell you, I don't want to have to push that hard to make my trip. I want to enjoy my trip, which, like I said, I did enjoy yesterday. But yeah, I pushed way too hard. But that was good for training for the MR340, which is a month away. And I'll tell you right now, I'm ready. I got a month to recoup from this trip till I start the 340. And I'll do some light paddling in the middle there and a little bit of training in the middle there. But I'm getting it done. I might not get to the Herman like I'd planned, but I am going to do everything I can to get there, because it's just what I want to do. Like I said, day 2 was not nice to me. The river on day 2 was not nice to me. So it's kind of making up a little bit by giving me some fast water. So the more fast water I get, the more time I can make up. So I'm kind of counting on fast water and the river being nice to me the rest of the trip. And it's still possible to make Herman. So I'm still hopeful for that, and I'm still shooting for that. We'll find out in a couple days if I make it. But this is a wild trip. But I'm telling you, if you want to do it solo like I'm doing it, you better be in some really good shape. I could be in better shape to do this, honestly. But bring somebody with you. And I would actually almost recommend doing it as a group you know, 2, 3, 4 people, it'd be perfect. Boy, would you have fun. So anyway, I'm gonna get miles downriver and make my way to Herman.
Of course, that's 4 days away.
Hope this goes well. All went well. Not what I wanted to do. But it worked out. Sure got the adrenaline going now. On that there, I should have edged downriver to bring up the upriver side of my kayak so the water would go underneath it. But I chose to edge the other way, hoping I would jump over it, which is exactly what happened. I got lucky. Pretty magnificent view right here. Nice scenery coming up. Went past a couple of rock bluffs already. I haven't even made it to my campsite for last night. I'm really close, but I haven't even made it there yet. I'm really close to it. So I'm a good half a day behind schedule. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Can't see what's around this bend. I see some fast water, but that's all I see. Looking. See no obstacles yet, so that's a good thing. Seems like the river's gotten bigger today than what it was yesterday. So that's good. I'm actually able to use my rudder a lot more today. First 3 days, my rudder hasn't been of much help because I couldn't put it in the water. Shallow enough, well, deep enough to paddle, but not deep enough for the rudder. So anyway, we're making out miles downriver. I'm running about a half a day behind schedule. I don't know if I can make that up or not. We'll just have to find out. So, miles downriver till we get there. Alright. I've come to a situation again. This is the kind of thing that I faced on day 2 that slowed me down. There's no way to get around this. We'll get a better look at this tree here in a second when I get around it. Alright, it's going all the way across the river. This river is totally blocked right here. So what I'm going to have to do is unload my kayak, at least most of it, and I'm going to try right through here, bringing over these branches, I think, because putting it on my wheels over these rocks is not going to work. So I'm right through here with it empty, and I can lift over this log, and then I can load everything back up. This is the kind of challenges that I've run into on day 2. So this is just, let's see, I haven't even made it to my campsite that I was supposed to stay at last night. I'm close to it, but I haven't even made it there yet. So it's 12 o'clock. 12:15. So it's going to take me probably, I don't know how long to get over this. I know what I'm going to do is just unload it, put my wheels on, and do the best I can across the rocks. It's probably the best option. I mean, there's nothing else I can do about it. This little stretch here dead ends right there, so it don't go nowhere. If it went through, it'd be nice, but it don't go through. So, alright, I got some work to do. Alright, so, I can't believe that plan worked. Not this plan, I did not come this way. I unloaded half the kayak, put the wheels on it, and then brought it just straight over from right over here, straight over here. Luckily, I guess because of the recent flooding, gravel bar is a lot like concrete. So it actually wasn't too big of a deal. That part was easier than I thought. Actually, the whole thing was a little bit easier than I thought. But I still got to get it downriver. I still have to line it around this bend because there's just, I don't think there's a safe way to get this kayak through down there. You'll see what I'm talking about when I get loaded back up and get underway again. Okay, so I'm loaded all back up. I'll put it. I gotta get through right here where the hook ball is. Keep it along the sandbar right here, gravel bar. I could maybe paddle this, but I'm choosing to do this for right now. Gotta do something a little different. Nothing to happen because I'm a long way from nowhere. But I think this is where I can get back in and cruise again. Now I can get back in and cruise again. Give me a minute to put my lines away. But those are the things I ran into on day 2, just like this. This one actually went a little easier than problems I had on day 2. Either that or I'm getting better at dealing with them, I don't know. All I know is, wish I wouldn't have to deal with it at all. But, where would be the excitement in that? So anyway, one thing is for sure. I wanted an adventure to during this week. I got it. This has been one adventurous trip so far. And I wouldn't mind if it would be not quite so adventurous. But anyway, I will do what I need to do to get downriver, make it to Herman. There we go. Alright. Trying to get all the gravel out of my shoes and back in the boat. Alright, so let's get through this last little bit right here. So that portage took a good 20-25 minutes, 20, a good 20, yeah, a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes actually. And that's the kind of thing I ran into on day 2, just back to back. And I get done with one portage, I go half a mile or so, and boom, I'm doing it again. That's why I lost all that time on day 2. But I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, when you don't know the river, and you plan, I mean, you don't know what you're going to run into. And I don't think anybody could have told me what to plan for. I mean, with the flood 2 weeks ago or whatever, gotta get past the strainer right here. Too baby's talking, not paying attention. Anyway, like I was saying, when you plan a trip, you don't know what you're going to run into, things like that. I knew the flood happened. I was watching on my Rivercast app, river levels and whatever. Knew there was going to be issues, but boy, I tell you, I did not expect the issues I got. So anyway, we're moving on now. I was hoping when I got into this section of the river that I wouldn't have stuff like that, but that was just one of the places of the river where it narrows, and okay, deal with it. What else you gonna do? Because you gotta get down the river. All right, let's go. There are parts of this river that are just a mess. Because of the recent flooding. It's just a mess. I had another time-consuming portage. I was able to float the kayak through, but there's no way I could have paddled it through. So, I mean, it wasn't hard, but it was just time-consuming because I had to walk and guide the kayak through because the spaces were just too shallow that you had to go through, for one. And then really tight maneuvers. What happened? I still don't think I made it to my camp. I still didn't make it to my camp that I was camping at. I was supposed to camp at last night. Still haven't made it there. I thought I was a lot closer than that, but looks like I might be pretty close right now. I've been saying that all day. So, if I can get away from doing these portages around these trees and whatnot, it's just, boy, portages are just terrible. If you had somebody with you, that'd be alright. That's the only way to do this river, is 2 or more people. Do it by yourself. Yeah, it can be done because I'm doing it. I still plan to make it to Herman. I really got my doubts about making it to Herman, but I'm going to make it to Herman. I'm not sure what this little boat ramp is. I don't have it. I would say it's private property. So yeah, this I mean, if you got time to do this river, you could do the whole river. But by yourself, no, don't do it by yourself. I'm gonna do it. But if I ever do this river again, I'm not gonna be by myself. I mean, a couple more floods may clean all that trash out, the trees out, but you know what? Just gonna move them further downriver, somewhere else. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going today. My plan is totally out the window. Up the river, down the river, whatever, I don't know. My plan's totally out there. I'm not even going by it anymore. I'm hoping to make at least 10 more miles today. I'd like to get 20 more miles in. But it all depends on what I don't know right now, because I don't know what the river holds for me. I think, and I'm hoping, and I'm praying that once I get past Boiling Springs, Jerome, along that stretch of river, I can make up some time. That's what I'm hoping for, but I don't know. We'll just have to see what the river does for me when I get there. I was hoping to be there by today. It's not going to happen today. So maybe I can get there tomorrow. I'm just doing the best I can. I know it sounds like I have a negative attitude about not making it to Herman. That's not true. I do want to make it to Herman. And I'm going to do everything I can without killing myself. Heat stroke and all that stuff to make it to Herman. We'll just have to see what happens and what the river holds for me. I will be glad when I get on a familiar stretch of river though, and that would be at Bowling Springs. Totally awesome. That was neat. Two little deer over there. Okay, so I wanted to make 3.5 more miles today. I don't know. Really thinking about calling it an early day. I'll have right at 100 miles in on this trip. That leaves me at 160 for 4 days. But couldn't get out of the sun earlier. Now I got some shade on river left. Trying to hug to the shade. Because I'm really worried about getting a heat something or another. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find the first campsite I got. I'll be close to 100 miles. And I'm going to give me some food. Lay in the river, lounge in the river, whatever. Make sure I drink enough, which I was trying to do all day. I don't think I'm dehydrated. I don't appear to be dehydrated. But I think it's time I kick back for a day, or part of a day, make a short day, whatever. And make sure I'm not hurting myself. So, as soon as I find a campsite, I'm just going to call it a day. And relax. And make sure I'm taking care of myself the way I need to be. Okay, I think I have entered the Gasconade Narrows, I think. So, let's hope I make it through here. Once I make it through here, I talked to a lady, landowner, just upriver. And she said down here there's going to be a bridge. I should have signal. She had just seen my post. So if I don't have signal, she's gonna make a post that she's seen me and I'm camping a couple miles downriver on Facebook for me. So hopefully I will have signal. I was gonna stay right there across the river from her place, but she didn't tell me no, but she didn't seem really big on the idea. So anyway, I'm looking for that campsite. I'm a half a mile short of 100 miles for this trip. I wanted to do at least 100 miles today. So by the time I find a campsite, that half mile will be used up, I'm sure. So I gotta get going. I don't know what I'm about to run into downriver. So I want to be fully attentive on what's coming up downriver. Okay, end of day 4. Found camp. I'm going to set the tent right here in this nice little sandy area. There were 2 deer out here when I got here. I hated to run them off, but oh well. I'm just taking it easy right now. I have a little break area set up. Just drinking some water with some flavoring in it. Some black cherry Kool-Aid, I think it is. And just chilling before I set up camp. Long hot day. That's behind me. I had some good water today. I put on the miles I wanted to. I was hoping a few more, but I reached my goal. I was hoping to go over my goal, exceed my goal. There you go. I had a rough day on the water. Fun day, rough day, challenging day. So yeah. So this trip is doing 2 things for me. It's training me for the 340, and it's making me a better kayaker. Not that I was a bad one when I started, but this is making me better. I've learned tons of things. One thing I've learned with Fitzgerald is I've been overpowering day 1 and 2, some into yesterday when I had go through the fast water and have to go around obstacles. I was actually overpowering the river too much, and that was giving me my problems that I was getting due there. Fitzgerald still doesn't maneuver very well because she's so long. But if you match the flow instead of going faster than the flow, that's when you really can handle it really well. And yeah, so I'm learning as I go about this longboat, and it's definitely making me better. And that's what we all want when we do something. We always want to get better at it, and I've gotten better at it. Hopefully I'll have an even better day tomorrow, but we're going to worry about that in the morning when I wake up. I'm hoping to get a good night's sleep. I didn't sleep very well last night. I was too close to that highway, which I didn't think was going to bother me, but it did. Along about midnight, the traffic did die down last night, but I don't think I got quite adequate sleep last night, so hopefully I will tonight. So this is camp for the night. When I get it all set up, we'll show you what's going on with it, or I'll show you in the morning.